Yo, what's up? It's TJ Sway back with another video. Getting straight into this, man. So, uh, guys, you can't let like the women get up here, right? If you think about it, guys, if you see all these videos with like people like do Dennis, like kind of like icons or popular figures, you kind of notice like they just really be to themselves. I mean, they're kind of there in the crowd, but really they're more so like independent, and women kind of gravitate towards them. So when it comes to dealing with like women and trying to attract that certain female that you may desire, you don't let sort of like social media confuse you or really just get into your head, and don't let that stuff stick to your head, right? Um, when you're in the dating market, or if you're in that position to like get out there and date, uh, you'll kind of realize like, so women can be materialistic, right? If you have any experience, you can probably recall a time where women may have, you know what I'm saying, they had more of an incentive to go to a certain place or just have money being spent, right? So when it comes to things like that, guys, if you're in a position to date, then another thing with that too is, if you don't got your money up, you're not in the position you really want to be in. You don't got your own place, your own car. You may not be taking care of yourself, things of that nature. You need to make sure you got that, you know what I'm saying, straightened out as much as you possibly can. Just kind of iron out all the kinks. That's gonna help you in the long run. Yeah, just if you think about it, going into the dating market like that, you're not going to be able to provide the best value possible to your potential partner. You're not going to really have that like mental fortitude, like you know where you stand. Um, Even if something does kind of work out or start to work out, like even if you meet an agreeable or sort of a what do I want to say, like a person that you is ideally that you'd want to match with. If even if you do meet someone of that standard or that quality, even if you even if that were to happen, if you're not, you know what I'm saying, reaching for the upper echelon of yourself, uh I feel like I'm firing on all cylinders. um there's not really, I mean, there's stuff that you can work on, but it's not really like you feel like you're lacking in any other areas, like specifically, like you got stuff you can work on, but every day you're putting in that 1% to get better. Then you'll be better off when it comes to that time to look for a partner of the opposite gender, right? So yeah, guys, just be mindful. Guys, specifically, when it comes to dealing with women, they're not really romantic when it comes to dating. So all the flowers, like trying to surprise her with flowers, get her favorite coffee, remember her favorite coffee, things of that nature. Uh, they're not really romantic creatures. They're more emotional. So, well, I think just to say that, not that's not to bash women, right? But that's just to help guys with the mentality, like, you just gotta, when you wake up, it's showing me you all the way up until the end of the day, God willing. So you can't let like a woman come into your space or your fortitude up here, and you can't let them like get to you like that. Like if they're saying like, "Hey babe, I need you to run to the store for me. Don't go to the gym. Just stay in the house and lay with me all day," and things of that nature. You can't let that get to you. If you start letting that stuff slide and getting out of your frame and your working mindset, which you guys should have, younger, older men, they should have that mindset when it comes, like, every day you should be working 1% at least, by the like the least standards to work to get better, right? Because that's gonna help you keep that like getting better mentality, and that's gonna help you get better over time. That's gonna allow you to achieve your goals. That's gonna, you know what I'm saying, to satisfy your sort of internal need as a man to continue to develop. Um, and women also, you gotta, like, when it comes to dealing with, men, you guys gotta be mindful of your energy, because if you guys are, like I've said in a previous video, you guys are just a little different. You guys kind of get the energy etched into you when it comes to exchanging energies with the opposite gender. But guys, we can, it's still sacrificing our energy when it comes to dealing with other when it comes to dealing with women, but we can kind of gain that back, and we kind of like the saying, like, not to bash on women again, right? But men kind of age like wine. They get better as time goes on, and women are more like milk, if you can say that, right? They are good at first, but as time gets on, I don't really gotta explain that one, but yeah. So yeah, even more so, women, you guys gotta be more mindful of how many partners you're accumulating, what you're doing behind closed doors. Even if it may not seem like anybody's watching, men can kind of, if they're of a high caliber guy that you're expecting to get, they're gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're retaining their energy, they're retaining the seed. Even if they're on semen retention, they're gonna have that mental fortitude, that presence to know, like, if your eyes are like black as I don't know what, you don't have no energy behind it. There's no sparkle. There's no glimmer. Like, they're just looking at a shell of a human. They're and it's not to bash women, right? But and they can kind of notice that caliber of what, like, where you stand at as a woman when it comes to dealing with higher quality men. And men, getting back to that, you gotta retain your energy. Um, if you're not on semen retention, you're not doing no fap. Not that you have to do necessarily those challenges or those niches or whatever. Just retain your energy. Don't play with yourself. Don't fornicate, anything like that. Guys that are in relationships, it's a little different. I mean, you can kind of abstain a little bit here and there. I mean, obviously, if you're in a relationship, then it's a little different then. But if you're a single guy, the fornicating, don't be so willing or so ready to, like, expend out your energy, because at the end of the day, you still got to come back to your work. You still got to come back to your own thing and get that stuff going, because if not, then you're just going to be stagnant, and that's not really what life is about. It's about continuing to move forward. People pass away every day, and life still goes on. I mean, not to bring it down into negative, but without the negatives, there's negatives and positives things, right? So you got to take that in account when it comes to giving away energy and giving away resources. Even if it's a part of your body, you still got to keep that in mind, and just be mindful. Like, you spending all this energy out, you trying to spend funds out that you don't really have to give away to women, and you're not also, if you start stacking that stuff on, start stacking the things like chasing women, you don't really have a bag. And if you are getting a little bit of a bag, and you're trying to attribute that to women as well, and you're just stacking up all these resources trying to accumulate a woman that's preferable to you, and that's the ideal of women, the perfect woman, so to speak, in your head, that's actually not going to be as beneficial as you may think. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to actually dealing with them, they're not going to probably even prefer that romantic sort of idea that you have in your head. They're going to be more so, what can you offer to them, right? They're going to be looking at if you have your own place, if you have your own car, if they're pretty much, if you have, like, what stuff do you have that she can come into, and she can, I don't want to say manipulate, but kind of that, right? if you think about it, you go on a date, especially if they're older, guys that are older or dealing with older women, which I mean, to each their own, right? If you wanna just test the water, just you know what I'm saying, cast out a reel just to see what's going on, then all right. You know what I'm saying? Different things for different people. I can't think of the exact saying that, just like different push for different folks. But yeah, when it comes to dealing with that, women are gonna be looking for certain. You gotta either love women or understand them. You can't do both. That's a saying too. So you got to think about it like that. I mean, you can love women and all that, but if you don't understand them, then you can either do either or. You gotta understand them or love them. So if you want to understand them, you gotta understand. If you don't got your own place, you don't got your own. Just in general, you don't have your stuff figured out. More so, you know, have your stuff lined up in order. You got a place, car, you got some savings, you got a little bit of money to spend, not go too crazy. You still don't need to go crazy trying to spend a lot of money on these females. Just not let them corrupt your mind thinking you need to take them out to Cheesecake Factory or anything like that, or like buy them like the expensivest steak or stuff like that. And just in general, not to be expending out your resources and just be like let them treat you like a walking wallet. Now, of course, they're gonna have their motives. You gotta. That's where it comes back to understanding other rather than loving them for what they are. Like they're just some loving creatures. I want to buy her steak. I want to bring her flowers to work. There's times for things like that, right? But you still gotta have that mentality. Like once you do that stuff, it's right back to the grind. You still gotta be mindful of what exactly resources are being given out and where that's gonna leave you at the end of the day. Or is that gonna put you at a disadvantage, dishing out certain things, or is it gonna be out of your frame and not something you should really be doing, and things of that nature. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much for the end of the video. I just want to get on here and basically say, like, stick to yourself for the most part. And then women will be added on to you later. Granted, you're putting in the work, especially if you're a younger guy. Just stick to yourself. Just make sure you get your stuff in line first before you even try dating, because that's going to help you in the long run. You're just going to build up on top of yourself as a man, and just build those skills, those necessary skills that women are actually looking for. Especially when you get older, you're going to be that man that they're going to be catering towards more so, and you're still just going to be doing you, and you know, having that winning mindset, having that winning the life of a winner, not a loser. And they're gonna see that, and they're gonna want to come under your wing, and then you can still be just, you know, going on in life doing your own thing, and then they can just, you know, it won't be really a big deal if a woman comes to your life. It's just, you know, that'll just be something on the side, so to speak, because you know you have your purpose and stuff first. You can do things that on the side with her, and she can be there, but you don't necessarily need like a big. That's not gonna be a big piece of you until, you know, commitment and things of that nature come into play, and then you have to readjust, right? Readjust a little bit. But yeah, guys, if you made it this far, like the video, comment down below, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and we out. Peace.